And good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the very best of the Black Hills Conference, the St. Thomas More Lady Cavaliers, as we come to you live tonight with a special presentation of the Security First Bank Cavalier Sports Network as the St. Thomas More Lady Cavaliers take on the Mobridge Pollock Lady Tigers live from the northeast corner of the great county of Meade County in West River, South Dakota. We are in Faith at the Faith Community Center. We have close to a full house, and we are ready for a very competitive qualifying game for next week's state tournament in girls Class A basketball, this year played in our very own backyard in Spearfish, South Dakota, on the campus of Black Hills State University. Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome. Mike Fell, along with Braden Strain, our technical director, Regan Dewar. We've got our crew here tonight, and we're so glad that you can make us a part of your cold and snowy night in Rapid City, or wherever you may be joining us around the region or around the nation. This is it, the 7-time state champion St. Thomas More Lady Cavaliers enter as the Cinderella of the ball, you might say. They are the 12 seed, the lowest seed as far as teams that I think many people think have a realistic chance to win in advance tonight among the seeds. At the Lady Cavaliers, this is a team that has been able to get the very best out of itself this year. St. Thomas More 15-6, winners of 8 of their last 10 games. Lady Cavaliers playing their signature defensive shutdown basketball under head coach Brandon Candelin and his fine assistants Bill Friedel and Alex Candelin. And the Lady Cavs, they have earned this trip tonight to head to the north to Faith for the first time, according to activities director Craig Nowotny, that the Cavs have ever played a game in Faith in any sport. We have a historic meeting of the Lady Cavs and the Lady Tigers. Mobridge Pollock coming in as the 5 seed. They are a team that is 17-3. There's some speculation as to whether or not they have been facing the toughest schedule over the course of this season. And there is a fascinating common opponent that these two teams have played in the same location in the month of February that would certainly indicate St. Thomas More tonight has a real opportunity to cut down the nets and advance to Spearfish next Thursday for the state tournament. And here is that common opponent comparison. On February 6th, St. Thomas More traveled to Winter and defeated the Winter Lady Warriors 52-39 on the road. Well, Winter was able to defeat this Mobridge Pollock team on February the 24th, 54-43. I didn't have an opportunity to catch up with the head coach for Winter, Bailey Meadows, but certainly you can't help but wonder if the March edition of the Lady Cavaliers may in fact be even ahead of the Mobridge Pollock Lady Tigers team that lost by double figures late in the regular season at Winter. So we'll see how things play out. I want to take a moment and thank Activities Director Doug Shire, the outstanding AD here in Faith. Doug was kind enough to accommodate us, get us set up on the community center Wi-Fi to give you a smooth connection tonight. And not only that, but he really went all out to make this game as special as possible. He put up big banners for the St. Thomas More side, big banners with the Tiger logo for the Mobridge Powwick side. And then he put streamers, and I don't know if we can get it on camera, but the locker rooms have really neat color-coordinated streamers, the orange and black for Mobridge Powwick, and the, of course, blue and white for St. Thomas More. And this is a night of a lifetime. And for the seniors for St. Thomas More, for Alexa Shear, Sloan Kessler, Gretchen Henry, and Riley Gilton, this is really the summit moment of the mountain. This is the moment that every practice, every weight room session, every film session has been building up to. In classical music, they refer to this moment as the crescendo. And that's what we have tonight. We have the ultimate crescendo for Lady Cavaliers basketball 2024-2025. Sloan Kessler, who will play at the next level for Dakota Wesleyan for the Lady Tigers. She was an integral part of the last state championship team the Lady Cavaliers had 3 years ago in Brookings. And you better believe that Sloan, who played with those great state champions from 3 years ago and 2 years ago, wants to keep the tradition rolling of STM going to the state tournament. STM made it to the state tournament 9 times and 10 out of 10 tournaments until they were upset by Flandreau in a 5 versus 12 seed game 2 years ago in Pierre. And then last season, STM had to replace all 5 starters, really start with a new set of varsity performers. They fought hard, almost came away with an inspiring road victory at Hill City. Well, this year, STM, they got off to a little bit of a bumpy start in Wyoming, but they have not looked back since they took down the #1 ranked team in Wyoming, Cheyenne East, back on the Friday before Christmas when Rachel Hyde made that game-winning shot with 2 seconds to go. At St. Thomas More, they've just been getting better and better. They've been getting stronger. They're playing the defense to the standard. And perhaps the most fascinating thing that I've ever seen in all my years of covering high school girls basketball, perhaps the most potent part of the offensive side of the floor for STM is when they bring certain players off their bench, such as Bryn Donnelly and Madison Boyum. The offensive sparks that come off the bench for STM on out of the reserve units is really impressive, and the depth is something to behold. Well, here we go. The Lady Cavs have taken the floor. The cheer team is out, and the fans are on their feet. I'm going to get on my feet. I'm not chained to a table here. We're in a wide open configuration. This is what it's all about. Head coach Brandon Candelin, his daughter Alex in her first year as an assistant with the program, Bill Friedel, all coming out, and they are shaking hands with head coach Stephen Hetlick and his assistant, and for Mobridge Powwick. And here we go. Number 5 seed Mobridge Powwick taking on number 12 seed St. Thomas More. And if you're looking for a little bit of good magic or mojo, as Austin Powers used to say, it's being a 12 seed. STM was a 12 seed in football this year. They reached the Final Four under head coach Austin Hagan, and now St. Thomas More. They are ready to roll tonight. They are ready. They are focused. They are laser focused. They're wearing their road black jerseys with the purple stripe Cavaliers across the front of the uniform. And what an environment, man. Can you tell a trip to the state tournament is on the line? You better believe it. Coming to you live from Faith, where the gigantic dinosaur Sue's bones were exhumed or discovered years ago. They still celebrate the biggest dinosaur in the world being from nearby here in Faith. And this feels like the biggest game. That's for sure. The Cavaliers, it's the Tigers and the Cavs. Right now, the Mobridge College fans who have made the trip from the northern reaches of the Missouri River, part of our great state of South Dakota, are all here in their black and orange. And St. Thomas More's fans have made the trip, and many of you are watching at home. We are so glad to have you with us. Mike Fell with Technical Director Braden Strain, Regan Dewar. We are moments away from the introductions for the starting lineups. Let's take a moment here to pass along these messages from our friends at Security First Bank. Welcome everybody to our broadcast. Show your Cavalier pride every time you swipe. The Cavalier debit card from Security First Bank lets you represent your school spirit on and off the court. Get your Cavalier debit card today at Security First Bank. Security First Bank, the official sponsor of the Cavalier Sports Network, member FDIC. A great defense is key on the court and in life. Security First Bank has health and life insurance options to protect what matters most. Security First Insurance. Coverage for your future. Insurance products are not FDI insured, have no bank guarantee, and may lose value. And at Security First Bank, they don't just support the Cavaliers, they invest in our communities. From local businesses to hometown families, we're proud to be your community back on and off the court. Security First Bank, member FDIC. We thank our other great sponsors, Strain Chiropractic, Branch and Vine Mental Health Counseling Center, Monument Health, our official sports athletic training partner, Culver's Restaurants, Quinn Construction, Shields, Wautiki Water Park, Ruby Tuesdays, that's where the Cavaliers eat, Rosenbaum Signs, South Dakota National Guard, Stacy Nelson, Remax Realtor, Wrangell Construction, The Market in Tuscany Square, Dave Rammel, your State Farm insurance agent, Courtesy Subaru, and Doctors Tucker, Cooterda, Howick, and Young with the Rapid City Eye Care Center. Well, we are getting closer and closer to beginning this game. This isn't just a big game for the team. This is a big game for the program. If the Lady Cavs win tonight, that keeps a long stretch going for about 20 years now of every player in a Lady Cavalier uniform getting to experience a trip to the state tournament. That sounds big, but think about it, pause and reflect on what I just said. It is that big. It is a core part of STM Lady Cav basketball that you get to play in a state tournament when you put in the work and you do the best you can with the great coaching we have. And the Lady Cavs trying to end a 3-year drought tonight and get back to the state tournament for the first time in 3 years. We now turn it over to the public address announcer with the starting lineups. First for the Lady Cavs, St. Thomas More, Mobridge, St. Thomas More, 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 St. Thomas
The schools participating in this event are members of the South Dakota High School Activities Association, which have adopted the rules under which games are conducted. A strong commitment to excellence, fair play, and sportsmanship are all vital to this activity's success. The Activities Association and their corporate partners, Sanford Health, Dakota Bank, Farmers Union Insurance, Billion Automotive, and South Dakota Army National Guard appreciate your recognition of the values being taught at this educational event. This tournament is under the guidance of the administration from both schools. Craig Nowotny from St. Thomas More, Lindsay Bachman of Mobridge Pollock, and your tournament manager is Doug Shower of Faith. Your officials for tonight's game are Dalton Wakeman, Dwayne McPherson, and Alan Smalt. These officials are licensed by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and are hired by the South Dakota High School Activities Association with the mutual agreement of the schools participating in this event. Their experience and integrity qualify them to administer the rules of the game. A reminder that only team personnel is allowed on the floor following this contest. Failure to keep fans off the floor will result in the awards not being presented by the offending team receiving public recognition. At this time, we ask that you stand, remove your caps, as we pay honor to America with the playing of our national anthem. Veterans in active duty military not in uniform may salute the flag. And now let's meet our cheerleaders, players, and coaches for this evening's contest. First, the cheerleaders for the St. Thomas More Cavaliers. Tegan Vining, Katharina Kirkenbush, Elena McFarland, Virginia Tubon, Ariel Nas, Gabby Burris, Molly Verber, Elsa Searle, Grace Lean, Violet Rouse, Dora Vigo, Eddie Nas, and Annika Gaffney. Cheer coaches, Tracy Stamper, Carissa Nas, and Allison Burmeister. And now the cheerleaders for the Mobridge Pollock Lady Tigers. Grace Atkinson, Eleanor Bora, Mystic Erickson, Ellie Jarris, Elsa Larson, Noella Leon, and Julia Marquez Boventura. Cheer coach, Naomi Wessel. And now our lineups for this evening's contest. Starting at a guard, a 5'9" senior, number 5, Sloan Kessler. Starting at a forward, a 5'10" senior, number 10, Riley Gilton. Starting at a forward, a 6-foot sophomore, number 20, Leighton Shear. And starting at a forward, a 5'10" junior, number 23, Rachel Hyde. Head coach of the Cavaliers, Brandon Kenduin. Assistants, Bill Friedel and Alex Kenduin. And now the home team on the scoreboard, the Mobridge College Lady Tigers. Starting at a guard, a 5'6" junior, number 1, Tegan Connell. Starting at a guard, a 5'9" sophomore, number 4, Brooke Bain. Starting at a forward, a 5'10" senior, number 10, Henderson. Starting at a forward, a 5'8" junior, number 11, Faith Heil. And starting at a guard, a 5'8" junior, number 21, Blake Thompson. Head coach of the Tigers, Stephen Heddick, assisted by Ryan Clements.
And here we go, here we go. We get ready to begin the SoDak 16 showdown. The 5-seed Mobridge Pollock against the 12-seed St. Thomas More. To tip things off, Leighton Shear, the sophomore, younger sister of senior Alexa Shear, and for Mobridge Pollock, Charlie Henderson. The ball is in the air. It was not thrown up in the air straight. It really was thrown towards the STM side. Well, here we go. We are underway. Sloan Kessler to Henry. Long three. Off the mark, no good. Shear chases it down and almost kept it alive. And man, oh man, I think Mobridge brought about 600 people with them tonight from just south of where Lawrence Welk was born and raised. Here we go. Mobridge Pollock. Tegan Canold brings it over the timeline, goes left to right across your screen with the ball in the corner. Brooke Bain. Bain has it poked away. It's stolen by Kessler. Sloan to the basket, will score! Sloan puts St. Thomas More in front 2-0. And the senior who cut down the nets as a state champion performer 3 years ago gets the scoring started. And there's a response. Blake Thompson hits a three-pointer for Mobridge Pollock. Here come the Lady Cavs. 3-on-2 break. Shear will score with an assist from Sloan. And we have end-to-end action right out of the chute. Lady Tigers with the ball. Dribbling towards the middle of the floor is Thompson. Thompson passes to Heil. It goes in the corner, kept alive. Rachel Hyde dives for the loose ball and forces a travel on Faith Heil. That time, Rachel Hyde just absolutely threw herself at that loose ball right away. You can see how much the Lady Cavs want this. Shear to Hyde, who scores! St. Thomas More with their motion offense, able to get 3 players on the board instantly. It's 6-3 in favor of the 12-seed Lady Cavaliers. There's a dribble, there's a travel, there's no call, and a missed shot. Here comes Shear. Shear over to Henry, now to Gilton, to Sloan on the wing, left wing, foul line extended high. To Gilton, to Sloan for 3, good! Sloan Kessler forces a timeout, shows a lot of emotion, and the Cavs fans are going crazy. It's 9-3, St. Thomas More, and to see Sloan connect on the early 3 sends a message to Mobridge Pollock that it might just be St. Thomas More's night. It's 9 for St. Thomas More, 3 for Mobridge Pollock, And the Lady Tigers, they don't know what hit them. Well, what hit them was St. Thomas More's defense, transition offense, and Sloan Kessler on both ends, showing why she's going to be playing at the next level. Wow, 9-3, St. Thomas More coming out, to use an expression, like a house on fire early on here. And the Mobridge Pollock fans who have packed this arena, they are in stunned silence as the Lady Cavs have a 6-point lead in the opening 2 minutes of this game. Here comes Mobridge Pollock. They'll try to regroup. Pass goes underneath. There's a basket by Blake Thompson, who has all of her team's points to this juncture. Kessler brings the ball down the floor for STM. Sloan over to Henry, now to Sloan. Sloan Kessler to Riley Gilton. Gilton to Kessler. Kessler back to Riley. Riley for three, no good. Rebound controlled by Blake Thompson. Lady Tigers are an offensive team. They scored 84 points in their regional semifinal win over Crow Agency, or Crow Creek rather, last Thursday night. We've got a whistle and a reach-in foul. First foul of the game called against St. Thomas More. Anna Henry charged with a foul. And Charlie Henderson, one of the captains for Mobridge Pollock, will go to the line and shoot a free throw. It's 9-6. Substitution for Coach Heddick and the Lady Tigers. Checking in for the first time, junior J.C. Netterville. Second free throw by Henderson is good. And it's a 9-7 game. And whatever Coach Stephen Heddick said in the huddle during that last timeout really seemed to make a difference to Mobridge Pollock. It's back to a 2-point lead for STM. And there's a turnover. Riley Gilton with a pass to Rachel Hyde. That pass just a little bit outside of Rachel Hyde's catch radius. Here comes Mobridge Pollock. Ball on the left side. Thompson. Thompson dribbles in, dribbles out, feeds the post to Henderson. Henderson shifts it right side to Bain. Now it goes over to Netterville. Up it now to Canold. Canold drives and ties the game with that shot in the lane, and we're all squared 9-9. Mobridge Pollock has gotten back off the deck and rolled off a 6-0 run. And they force a turnover. Kessler's pass is intercepted by a Lady Tiger. The pass was intended for Rachel Hyde. Now Riley Gilton checks out, and checking in is the younger sister of the legendary Chase Donnelly, Bryn Donnelly. Bryn is out there on the defensive end. She's known for her offense, one of the best shooters in western South Dakota. Long three, way downtown for Mobridge Pollock is no good. Attempted by Blake Thompson. Sloan with the ball. Passes over to Anna Henry. Henry now to Kessler. Kessler to Henry. Henry, long three, no good. Rachel Hyde gets the offensive rebound, finds Sloan, who misses the shot. Sloan goes after the rebound, and the Cavs will maintain possession as it touches one of the Lady Tigers. Substitution for Coach Heddick and Mobridge Pollock. Blake Thompson checks out. Checking in is Mobridge Pollock's Jada Thompson. Here we go with the ball. It's J.C. Netterville. Long three is good by Tegan Canold, and now Mobridge Pollock has their first lead of the game, 12-9. Lady Tigers on a 9-0 spurt. Hyde to Kessler to Donnelly. Donnelly drives, gives it out to Sloan. Sloan fakes a pass, gets it underneath the Shear. Shear shoots, it's no good. Ball touched by Rachel Hyde on the rebound attempt, and Mobridge Pollock takes over with a 3-point lead on a 9-0 run. Anna Henry will check out of the game now for Coach Candelin and St. Thomas More. Rylan Horning in for the first time tonight, playing with a noticeable leg brace on her left leg. Here comes Mobridge Pollock. Tegan Canold finds a wide open cutter. That's Thompson who misses the layup. Check that. It was Heil who missed the layup. STM with the ball. Down by 3. They were leading at 9-3 earlier, but it's been all Lady Tigers the last 3 minutes. Long 3 by Horning, in and out, no good. Rebound secured by Jada Thompson. Thompson facing full court pressure, gets it ahead to Faith Heil, who is fouled with full court pressure. The Lady Cavaliers are throwing everything they can defensively at this Mobridge Powak team that averages over 60 points a game. To some extent that has worked, some other extent maybe it hasn't. Lady Cavs will substitute now. Madison Boyum checks in for Leighton Scheer, who has really come on strong down the home stretch of the regular season and into the regionals. You're watching SoDak 16 coverage. Girls Class A basketball. Long 3 for Mobridge Powak is good by Brooke Bain. And now it's a 12-0 run for Mobridge Powak. Mobridge Powak leading 15-9 on the backs of this 15-0 run. Horning, long 3, in and out, no good. Hyde goes for the rebound. Did she get it? No, she didn't. Great effort there on the floor by Cheyenne Rath for Mobridge Powak. Thompson gives it over to Bain. Bain to Rath. Up it goes now to Blake Thompson. Lady Tigers showing just how strong they are offensively. You can see why they came into this game with an 85% winning percentage. We've got a whistle. 2 Lady Tigers and Cavs are tied up, and they're going to say possession arrow, alternate possession favors St. Thomas More. If you're just joining us, you're watching action from the Faith Community Center. Coach Candelin calls a 20-second timeout. The Lady Cavs started as well as they've started any game this year. They got out to a 9-3 lead in the opening 2 minutes, but since in the last 5 minutes, the Lady Tigers have outscored St. Thomas More 12-0. Mobridge Powak showing they are definitely worthy of a 5 seed at this state playoff field this year. And STM, an outstanding Black Hills Conference team, on a little bit rattled at the moment. I think what STM just needs is a shot to go down. Maybe that's why Coach Candelin called the timeout, just to settle his team. Donnelly for 3, good! There's that instant offense from Bryn Donnelly. She wears the number 0 on her uniform, but 0 is never her final score when the game is over. Here comes Mobridge Powak. Thompson over to Jada Thompson, the Thompson sisters. Maybe not the Thompson twins like what we saw in the 80s in pop music for Mobridge Powak. Here we go, Brooke Bain. Dribbles near the midcourt, gives it to Blake Thompson. Long 3, no good. Rebound corralled by Madison Boyum. With it is Donnelly to Kessler. Now to Horning, to a wide open Rachel Hyde, who shoots and scores. Rachel was wide open, and she made Mobridge Powak pay the penalty for losing her down the floor. It's now 15-14. Lady Cavs are right back in the thick of this one on a 5-0 run after giving up 12 straight points to the adversary from the northern banks of the Missouri River here in South Dakota. Driving with it, Blake Thompson. Thompson drives and scores. And I've noticed every time the Lady Cavs have a run going, it's Blake Thompson that breaks the seal and scores. And there's a long 3 at the horn by Bryn Donnelly. It doesn't fall, but St. Thomas More gets a standing ovation from their fans. This is a game with a capital G through 8 minutes of play here in Faith, South Dakota. It is Mobridge Pollock 17, St. Thomas More 14. You're watching the Security First Bank Cavalier Sports Network. Let's take a moment and pass this along to you. The Summit League, the quarterfinals of the women's tournament played earlier this afternoon, and Haley Timmer had double figures with 11 points, and the Lady Jackrabbits, number 24 in the country, blew out the UNO Lady Mavericks 87-67 at the Denny Sanford Premier Center. So congratulations to the Lady Jacks. They have now won 19 games in a row, making South Dakota girls and women's basketball very proud. And the Lady Coyotes, they were eliminated earlier today by Oral Roberts 70-50. And we're back to action. Mobridge Pollock gets the ball around the baseline to Thompson. It's taken away by St. Thomas More. Henry ahead to Riley Gilton. Gilton now to Anna Henry, who gives it to Sloan Kessler. Sloan to Anna, back to Sloan. Sloan looks inside, tightly guarded by Brooke Bain. Looks for help, finds Rachel Hyde. Hyde, good high pass to Henry. Kessler drives against Bain, zips a pass to Gilton. That's poked away. Good help side defense by co-captain Faith Heil here in Faith, South Dakota for Mobridge Pollock. And we have a whistle and a blocking foul is called. Sloan Kessler trying to untie a defensive knot on the STM side of the floor, shouting something to one of her teammates. Here we go. Mobridge Pollock on the attack. Tegan Knold to Heil. Heil blocked by Rachel Hyde. That's an Oreo stuff right there by Rachel Hyde. Here come the Lady Cavs. Cavs down by 3 and what looks like a football score at the moment, 17-14. Kessler fakes an inside pass, gives it up to Henry. Over to Hyde, and it's taken away by Mobridge Pollock. Blake Thompson able to close that passing lane. Now Blake brings it down the floor. Driving with it, drawing a foul, and going to the line is Tegan Knold, a 5'6" junior. Both of these teams have a lot of their starters in their junior classes. This is not the most veteran opponent for STM, as there is an ultimate swirly job that won't go down for Tegan Knold. Man, that was about the best spin free throw I've seen in a long time. Second free throw is a perfect swish, and it's 18-14. St. Thomas More on the attack, down by 4. Gilton to Henry. Starting 5 for the Lady Cavs out there here at the 6:25 mark of the second quarter. Henry over to Gilton, underneath to Shear. Shear shoots, misses the floater, gets her own rebound, goes up and scores. That is a great example of how one is rewarded for persistence right there by Leighton Shear. It's 18-16, and there's a basket by Faith Heil. Her first points tonight. It's 20-16. What a game this is. The intensity with every possession is there. You know what's on the line. A trip to Spearfish in the state tournament. Kessler drives and scores. Sloan with her first points here in the second quarter makes it 20-18. This feels like a 4-quarter ball game. With the ball between the circles, it's Brooke Bain. Bain to Faith Heil. Heil passes over to Blake Thompson. Thompson to Knold. Knold drives on Henry. Collision. Ball goes to Bain. 10 seconds on the shot clock. With the ball, it's Thompson. Thompson in trouble. Gives the ball up to a driving Charlie Henderson, who misses the shot, but St. Thomas More cannot secure the rebound, and they're called for a foul. That's St. Thomas More's third personal in this third team foul. Second personal foul for Rachel Hyde. That's a big development. Rachel, an integral part of this team on both ends of the floor, and she has early foul trouble with 2 fouls. Mobridge Pollock with the ball and a 2-point lead, and there's a travel. That time it was Charlie Henderson holding on a split second longer than she planned on before passing, being called for 1 step too many. Lady Cavs with a chance to tie or take the lead right here, right now. Kessler to Amity Strand. Amity playing tonight with her patented white headband. Ball knocked away by Tegan Canold and then stolen back by Leighton Shear. Kessler, pull-up shot, good! We're all tied at 20. Sloan Kessler brings the Lady Cavs fans to their feet. We've got 20/20 vision here in Faith, South Dakota. Tie game. Ball on the right side. Long 3 in the corner by Henderson is no good. Rebound controlled by Sloan Kessler. Cavs can score and take the lead here. Gilton on the wing finds Donnelly. Donnelly in trouble, gives it to Shear, to Kessler. Kessler, open 3, good! Sloan Kessler absolutely cranking in the points, something we haven't seen yet this season. 23-20, and there's a steal. Cavs on a run, a 7-0 run. Can they build on it? Bryn for 3, no good. But there's an offensive rebound by Riley Gilton, who is fouled underneath by Faith Heil. The Lady Cavs, like a fighter in the ring, just putting in the body blows, the combinations, the uppercuts, and the shots to the solar plexus of Mobridge Pollock in these last 2 minutes. Free throw is good by Riley Gilton. Lady Cavaliers taking it to a level on offense we have yet to see them display in any of our broadcasts so far this season. Second free throw by Gilton is no good. Rebound controlled just barely by Shayla Rath from Mobridge Pollock. Lady Cavs 24, Mobridge Pollock 20. St. Thomas More on an 8-0 run. It's been a game of long runs for both of these ball clubs. Lady Cavs were on a 7-0 run. Mobridge Pollock went on a 12-0 run. And there's a steal. Gilton, coast to coast, will get fouled. No, she won't. They say the ball was blocked away cleanly. Good defensive recovery by Mobridge Pollock. And St. Thomas More will inbound the ball on an 8-0 run. Chance to build on a 24-20 lead. Gilton, open 3, no good. Rebound controlled by Mobridge Pollock. Faith Heil comes away with the defensive board. Mobridge Pollock now trying to end this 8-0 run by the Lady Cavs. Amity Strand playing some great defense against the ball handler for Mobridge Pollock. Rath gives it now to Henderson. Henderson over to Netterville. Back to Rath. Oh, there's a steal. Great defense by Leighton Shear. Leighton to the basket, misses the shot, and who gets the rebound? They're going to say it is out of bounds. Basketball to Mobridge Pollock. And Coach Candelin on his feet for STM, really encouraging his girls. This is the best we've seen STM play in a first half this year. 24-20. Lady Cavs by 4. They want to cut down the nets tonight and continue a long tradition of every Lady Cav going to the state tournament. Here we go. Heil to Netterville. Now it goes underneath, and we have a blocking foul called against Bryn Donnelly and St. Thomas More. We've reached a 2-minute warning here in the first half, 1:55 remaining. St. Thomas More 24, Mobridge Powwick, the 5 seed, 20. STM in this postseason with a very rare path. Lady Cavs will not have to go east of the Missouri River in the postseason this year. Here comes a free throw by Tegan Knold. But it was a road trip by St. Thomas More to Hartford when they beat West Central back in late January that turned out to be extra significant because that proved to be a head-to-head tiebreaker over Flandreau, who lost by 30 points to Machpialuta earlier today. Congrats to Machpialuta's Lady Crusaders on reaching the state tournament this afternoon. There's a free throw that goes down, and it's 24-21. Lady Cavs with the ball. Amity Strand to Riley Gilton. Gilton to Sloan. Kessler puts it on the floor. Sloan dribbles high, zips a wide open pass to Riley Gilton, who lays it up and in. That was downright deadly, what we just saw a moment ago from Sloan Kessler. It's one thing to thread the needle, it's another thing to hit the center of a target. And that's what Sloan did right there. There's a foul on the other end of the floor, and now going to the line for Mobridge Powwick is Jada Thompson. Jada hits the foul shot. It's 26-22. Lady Cavs in front by 4. 1:28 to go here in the first half. Second free throw, no good. Bryn Donnelly gets the rebound. Man, can you see just how deep this Cavs team is? They just don't go down when they bring new players in. There's a shot that's good by Madison Boyum. Speaking of team depth, Boyum has really been shooting it well lately. She had 4 3-pointers in the win over Hot Springs on senior night 2 weeks ago. It's 28-22. Back to the line is 5'8" junior forward Jada Thompson for Mobridge Powwick. Powwick's first free throw is in and out, no good. Well, you can sense Mobridge Powwick is not having fun against St. Thomas More and their defense and all the different challenges that Coach Candelin's lineup combinations bring to their preparation. There's a free throw by Thompson, and it's 28-23. Lady Cavaliers leading by 5. Amity Strand has it. Bounce pass ahead to Boyum. Now to Kessler, to Donnelly. Donnelly, top of the circle. Over to Gilton, now to a open Sloan Kessler. Sloan fakes the shot, finds Bryn, wide open. 3, no good. Fight for the rebound, controlled by Rath for Mobridge Powwick. Here come the Lady Tigers, down 5, half a minute to go in the first half. Driving is Thompson, shot no good. Bain tries to keep it alive, steps out of bounds, and St. Thomas More, with only a with the shot clock turned off, can play for the last shot. Lady Cavaliers all but assured the halftime lead, and I can't tell you how big that is when you're the 12 seed playing away from home. Final seconds ticking off the clock. Amity to Sloan. Sloan already in double figures. Gives it up to Donnelly to Strand for Sloan, and the three's no good. And a long half-court shot won't go, and there's a travel, but that's academic at this point. And here we go, the Lady Cavs are on top. St. Thomas More 28, Mobridge Powwick 23. The Lady Cavaliers race into their dressing room with a 5-point advantage, and they have set the tone. the dynamics and the terms here tonight in Meade County for this big game against an opponent, Mobridge Powak, that brings a lot of firepower and right now is in their locker room looking for answers. 28-23, St. Thomas More on top. The Lady Cavs had an 8-0 run in that second quarter, and that sparked St. Thomas More to outscore Mobridge Powak 14-6 in that second period of play. Let's go ahead and add up all the scoring totals from the first half for both ball clubs. For head coach Stephen Heddick and his Mobridge Powak Lady Tigers, the Lady Tigers have been unable to get any player really rolling in the scoring department. Tegan Knold and Blake Thompson each have 7 points each. Brooke Bain has 3 points, and Jada Thompson, Charlie Henderson, and Faith Heil each have 2 points for the number 5 seeded Mobridge Powak Lady Tigers, who come into this game 17-3. For St. Thomas More, how about Sloan Kessler? Sloan, not only a senior, but a senior that was a major part of that state championship team in 2021-2022, trying to make sure that as a senior she leads her teammates with the help of her teammates to the promised land of the state tournament. Sloan Kessler with 12 points. She has been tremendous on both sides of the floor, and big games many times produce heroes and heroines on the biggest stages, and Sloan has been a heroine many times this year when she has matched up against the opposing team's top offensive producer and flat out shut them down. Well, tonight, St. Thomas More's Sloan Kessler isn't just holding Mobridge Powak's Tegan Knold and Blake Thompson in check, but she is also rattling home the baskets with 5 first-half field goals. Sloan Kessler with 12 points, leading the way in the opening 16 minutes for St. Thomas More. Other scorers for St. Thomas More, Leighton Shear and Rachel Hyde with 4 points each. Rachel playing with 2 fouls. We'll keep an eye on Rachel's foul situation. Rachel very disciplined. Doubtful she'll get near the 5 fouls in the second half. Riley Gilton, 3 points. Bryn Donnelly hit a big 3. And Madison Boyum has a 2-point basket for the Lady Cavaliers. St. Thomas More playing deep in their rotations, rolling out a number of combinations, and right now Mobridge Powak's head coach Stephen Heddick probably feels like the average human being trying to solve the Rubik's Cube, because you just can't solve St. Thomas More. Coach Kandelin, he's like Karparov, the old Russian chess master. He's always 2 or 3 moves ahead of you. And the Lady Cavaliers' versatility is their secret sauce. And they simply find ways to come at you and confuse you and disguise their defensive coverages and looks to the point that any preparation for most young people against them is really a classroom exercise in futility. It's 28-23. St. Thomas More up by 5. So glad to have you with us tonight. This is what it's all about. Big games all across the state in girls Class A and in girls Class B. St. Thomas More 28, Mobridge Powak 23. Looks like Mobridge Pollock's going to come out and get out of the locker room and shoot around as much as they can. And there we go. And we're glad you're with us tonight. Want to remind you, tomorrow night we will come to you live from the Southern Hills. There will be a full house. I am told, Cavs fans, if you want to attend the Regionals 8A semifinal game tomorrow night in Hill City between your St. Thomas More Cavaliers and Hill City Rangers, you better get there real early. This is being considered a fire marshal game situation where if you don't get to the game on time, you might get turned away. We will be broadcasting live from the elevated track at Hill City High School at Coach Ginn's court for St. Thomas More, the 3 seed in the 8A region against the number 2 seed Hill City Rangers. It's a rematch of a 50-49 instant classic that we had for you back on Saturday, February 22nd, and we are ready to bring you a huge game featuring 2 state tournament caliber teams in a game that only one can win for you. Tomorrow night we will be on the air at about 5:45 from Hill City, and we will tip things off at 6 o'clock from the heart of the Southern Hills, Hill City, USA. Well, for Technical Director Braden Strain and Regan Dewar, we're thrilled to have you along with us. Lady Cavaliers in front by a handful at the intermission, 28-23. St. Thomas More, if they can continue to play in the second half like they did in the first half, they are going to be headed to Black Hills State University's campus to play in the 2024-25 Girls Class A State Tournament. The Lady Cavs have not had a drought this long between state tournament appearances. Now, for most schools, a 3-year drought is just a 3-year drought. But for St. Thomas More, that's not how it works. The Lady Cavaliers expect to go to state. They work to go to state. They schedule tough competition outside their conference to go to state and to be ready for state when they get there. And the Lady Cavaliers are 16 minutes away from celebrating an end to a state tournament drought going back 3 years and covering 2 seasons. And the Lady Cavs have a real shot to make it happen. And I want to point something else out. There is no better cheer team in South Dakota than at the Class A level for sure, than your St. Thomas More Lady Cavalier cheer team led by their coaches Tracy Stamper and Isabel Nas. And you know what? The Spirit of 6 award, which is so prestigious in this state, well, to compete for that award, your team in basketball has to get to the state tournament. So if you're watching Tracy Stamper, head coach of the Lady Cavs cheer team, we're thinking about you and your team tonight. We know how great your team is, how great the leadership of the cheer team is, and this game tonight can open the gateway to another Spirit of 6 title, which would be their 3rd Spirit of 6 championship in 5 years in the fabled annals of STM cheer. Our score here in Faith, South Dakota at the home of the Big Sioux Dinosaur, it's 28-23. Lady Cavs leading the Lady Tigers. Mike Fell with you tonight from the corner of Meade County. And I have to say, every time I come to Faith, I love the community here. My business travels bring me here on a regular, semi-regular basis. I know a lot of people here, and I would just say that it's hard to believe that Faith, Box Elder, and Sturgis, who are so far apart geographically, are all inside the same county. I think Meade County might be larger than the entire state of Delaware. Well, here we go. We begin the second half. St. Thomas More starts with the opening possession, leading 28-23. Thrilled to have you along with us tonight. Lady Cavs in the half-court set come out with their starting lineup to begin the second half. Hyde, scoop shot, no good. Good stop right there by Mobridge Pollock's Charlie Henderson. Here come the Lady Tigers. Reading their body language, they looked very frustrated, somewhat slumped, you might say, when they came out of the locker room. We'll see how they adjust here in the second half of play. With the ball on the right side, it's Brooke Bain. Bain guarded by Gilton, drives and scores. Good play there by Brooke Bain. She had the cards, but she didn't show them till she had to. 28-25. Lady Cavs leading now by just one possession. It's a three-point game. Kessler to Henry. Henry looks inside to the post. Gives it around the horn to Gilton. Over to Henry. Now to Scheer, who shoots. Her shot's no good. Rachel gets the rebound, goes up and scores. Rachel Hyde with great footwork and a nice finish makes it 30-25, and the Lady Cavs are back up by 5. With it is Tegan Canold. Canold, long three, no good. With the ball, Thompson. Nice bounce pass to Kyle, who scores. Faith Heil makes it 30-27. Here come the Lady Cavs. What a game this has been, and we're just a little over halfway through. Sloan Kessler looks to her left, dribbles to her right, finds Gilton alone in the corner, who scores! Great job there by Riley. Good recognition by senior captain Sloan Kessler. Here come the Lady Tigers now. With it, Blake Thompson. Thompson to Faith Heil. Heil to Brooke Bain. Bain will drive, scoop, and score. Brooke Bain with two quick baskets, showing more composure than we saw when she had the ball in her hand earlier. Lady Cavs with the ball, leading 32-29. Kessler over to Henry. Henry finds Gilton, again alone on the right side. This time Riley fires a pass up to Sloan Kessler. 9 on the shot clock. Henry all alone for three, no good. Rebound controlled by Blake Thompson. Faith Heil with a great move around Sloan Kessler. Nobody does that to Sloan. Wow, Faith Heil playing in Face, South Dakota, did something to Sloan Kessler that very few players ever have. 32-31, Lady Cavs by a point. Hyde over to Henry. Henry, left wing, dishes to an open Scheer. What a pass. Scheer drives and scores. That pass from Henry was 1 out of 50 right there. 34-31. With it, left side is Henderson. It's taken away. Lady Cavs with the ball and a three-point lead. Rachel Hyde to Henry. Lady Cavs showing great vision, awareness, discipline. Playing their kind of game at the moment. We've played nearly half of the third period, 4:05 to go in the third. Scheer gets it, bounces it off of her knee out of bounds. Certainly Layton did not expect that to happen. Good collapsing defense there underneath by Mobridge Pollock. Lady Tigers with the ball. With it on the right side, It's Blake Thompson. Thompson dribbles to her left, kicks it to Heil. Heil now over to Knold, to Bain, who scores. Brooke Bain, she has had the hot hand in the opening 4.5 minutes of this second half. It's 34-33. Where would Mobridge Powick be without Brooke Bain? With the ball, it's Kessler. Kessler drives, contact, misses the shot. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by a Lady Tiger. And here comes some offense. Bryn Donnelly checks in. Riley Gilton checks out. Donnelly so explosive from the outside. Henry, wide open three, is good! And then Henry with her first shot of the night to go through, makes it 37-33. That was a nice lift for the Lady Cavs, who are back out to a 2-possession advantage. With the ball on the right side, it's Knold. Knold drives, scoops, misses, rebound St. Thomas More. Leighton Shear ahead to Sloan Kessler. Sloan looks to her right, gives it to Henry. Henry to Donnelly. Donnelly to Shear in the block. Shear goes up, misses the shot. Rebound controlled by Thompson. Thompson, long throws, intercepted by Henry. Man alive, what a great pick right there by Enna. Here come the Lady Cavs. Shear gives it to Donnelly. Donnelly to Sloan on the wing. Sloan Kessler dribbles up high, finds Henry. Henry to Donnelly. Donnelly to Sloan. Sloan decides not to shoot. Instead drives, shoots, and the shot won't go, but Shear's there with a rebound. Leighton gets fouled, and Leighton will shoot two. St. Thomas More doing St. Thomas More things here in the second half of this one. Free throw by Shear is off the mark, no good. Leighton will try another. Shear's second free throw is perfect. 38-33. Lady Cavs up by 5. These teams have played nearly 6 minutes in the third period. Neither team has outscored the other in the third so far. Heil to Thompson, and then a great stop by Bryn Donnelly. Donnelly looked like her older brother on that play, just laid out the Lady Tiger ball handler. You don't go over the middle against the Donnelly. There's a long three, and it's good by Charlie Thompson, and that cuts a 5-point lead down to 2. What a game this has been. 1:30 to go in a rapidly moving third quarter. Both of these teams look like they're worthy of playing in Spearfish next Thursday. Turning, shooting, and missing off balance is Leighton Shear. And we've got a whistle, and Leighton commits a reach-in foul against Faith Heil. And we'll see a substitution now for both teams. Madison Boyum checks in for Leighton Shear, who's playing a great game and having a marvelous postseason. Checking into the game for Mobridge Powick is J.C. Netterville. We're back to action. Ball goes down low to Henderson, to Netterville, over to Bain. Bain now to Knold. Knold shovels a pass to Netterville. Brick Bain has it. Bain in trouble, gets it back to Netterville. Now it goes over to Henderson. She gets away with a travel. Ball shifts now to Netterville. Here comes Mobridge Powick. Left side, Thompson. Long pass, intercepted. Here comes St. Thomas More. Lady Cavs on the attack. Henry for three, it's no good. Rebound controlled by Brooke Thompson for Mobridge Powick. Thompson has played very well, but has been controlled for the most part. Sloan working against Thompson, and Donnelly comes around the end, playing the role of pickpocket, and knocks the ball out of bounds. The ball handler for the Lady Tigers didn't even see Bryn until it was too late. But Mobridge Powick with the ball. Blake Thompson gives the ball over to Tegan Canold. Canold to Charlie Henderson. Henderson scoops and scores. What a play by Charlie Henderson. It's a tie game with 2 seconds. Kessler shoots a long shot, and we are tied at the intermission. What a game we have. Buckle up, everybody. The fourth quarter with a trip to the state tournament in Spearfish hanging in the balance has a 38-38 tie score. What will Coach Candlin do next for St. Thomas More? What will Coach Heddick do next for Mobridge Powick? We will see. What a game this has been. Man alive, this has been fun. We will take a moment and remind you that we will be coming to you live from Hill City tomorrow night. One of the biggest games in recent vintage for St. Thomas More basketball. The Cavs trying to avenge a close defeat at the hands of Laramie Harvey's Hill City Rangers 2 weeks ago, will be set to invade the Southern Hills once more and rampage the Cavalier team down to Highway 16 for a big rematch for a trip to the SoDak 16 on the line. We begin the fourth quarter. Mobridge Powick has the basketball. Ball goes up top to Canold. Canold guarded by defensive stalwart Amity Strand. Gives the ball to Brooke Bain. Bain now to Henderson. Henderson guarded by Boyum. Long pass. Poked away out of bounds by Sloan Kessler. Sloan, maybe if that pass was just an inch closer to Sloan, may have had a steal and a bucket. Tie game, 38-38. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Desperation heave, hits the rim but doesn't fall. Boyum has the rebound, and here comes St. Thomas More. Kessler ahead to Strand, to Boyum. Boyum goes up, misses the shot. One of the fans wanted a foul for STM standing near us. Here comes Mobridge Powick. Head and shoulder fake. Long three for the lead is good. Charlie Henderson has given Mobridge Powick their first lead since midway through the second period. It's 41-38 Mobridge Powick. Lady Cavs suddenly need to answer. Amity to Sloan. Sloan for the tie. No good. Amity gets the rebound on the long carom. Gives it to Sloan. Donnelly, open three. Too strong. No good. Rebound controlled by junior J.C. Netterville for Mobridge Powick, and there's a travel call against Blake Thompson for Mobridge Powick. 41-38. The same score as the greatest football game ever played between San Diego and Miami in the Orange Bowl back in 1982. Here we go. With the ball, it's Amity Strand to Bryn Donnelly. Donnelly looks to her right, gives it to Sloan Kessler. Kessler to Riley Gilton. Down low it goes to Boyum. Now to Amity Strand. Strand to Kessler. Hand off in the corner to Riley for three, and we're tied. Riley Gilton with her first three-pointer tonight ties the game at 41. Long three by Mobridge Powick is good. Blake Thompson with a long triple makes it 44-41. Every possession bigger than the next. Boyum finds Gilton, who can't come up with it. Racing to get it is Mobridge Powick, and St. Thomas More gets the ball. Man, do these two teams want it. It wouldn't matter if this was basketball or tug of war. Nothing's gonna give tonight. 5.5 minutes to play. 44-41. Mike Fell with technical director Braden Strain, Regan Dewar, coming to you live from Faith, South Dakota, the home of the Longhorns. Gilton, top of the key. To Henry, to Sloan. Sloan's floater won't go. Rebound controlled by Blake Thompson. Mobridge Pollock, long, Caitlin Clark, range three is no good. Rebound Faith Heil. Heil's shot does everything but go through. And there's a good rebound for STM by Rachel Hyde. Lady Cavs down 3. Chance to tie or pull to within 1. Kessler, left side, fakes the pass. Gives it to Anna Henry. Henry to Sloan. 18 on the shot clock. 4:50 to go in this ball game. With it is Gilton. Gilton for 3 and a tie. It's no good. And the rebound's controlled by Faith Heil, playing at her town namesake tonight. With the ball on the right side, it's Faith Heil. Heil, right wing, looking low. Dribbles to her right. Hyde, good defense. Forces a pass underneath. Turning is Tegan Canold. Great pivot move, and it's no good. Canold flashing a Kevin McHale. Offensive maneuver in the post there. Comes up empty, and St. Thomas More gets the rebound. Here come the Lady Cavaliers, trailing 44-41. Excuse me. Kessler for 3 and a tie. Good! Sloan Kessler with their first bucket of the second half ties this game right back at 44 apiece. We are now inside the halfway mark of the fourth quarter. This game could go either way. Shot underneath, no good by Canold. Heil gets the rebound. Thompson shoots a 3 and it's out of bounds with an air ball. Man alive, Coach Stephen Heddick calls a timeout for Mobridge Pollock. Fans for both teams on their feet. This is a game for the ages here in the SoDak 16. We hope to have an extended post-game show for you. That's if we win. This game, who's going to come out on top? It might be who has the ball last. It might be whose fans pray the hardest. It might be it might be who hits the free throws. It might be someone saying, I got this, and coming through when it matters most. 44-44. St. Thomas More and Mobridge Pollock locked in an absolute duel. What a night. What a game. And get ready for 3 minutes and 39 seconds of this game we call basketball. On the floor for St. Thomas More, Anna Henry, Sloan Kessler, Leighton Shear, Rachel Hyde, and Riley Gilton. The starting 5 for tonight's SoDak 16 game for Coach Candelin. STM with the ball. Chance to get the lead on this possession. Kessler, top of the circle, guarded by Canold. Dribbles, drives, shoots off the glass, can't get it to fall. Rebound Mobridge Pollock. 3-on-2 break for the Lady Tigers. Taking it is Thompson to the basket, and she commits a travel. Then she dribbles into her own face out of frustration. That's going to leave a mark, and STM gets the ball back. Lady Cavs in a tie game. Henry on the wing, dribbles, looks for Sloan. Sloan across the way, now to Gilton. Underneath the Shear, down low to Hyde, who's open, who scores. That is absolute textbook STM half-court execution. It's 46 to 42. Wow. Rachel Hyde now with 8 points. 46-44. Lady Cavs are on a 5-0 run, and there's a steal. Gilton takes it away from Tegan Knoll. 2.5 minutes to play. Chance for the Lady Cavs here to get a 2-possession lead, which would be huge going into the final 2 minutes. This is a pivotal moment for the Lady Cavs to get to state. Gilton to Henry, now to Kessler. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Shear guarded well by Thompson, back to Sloan, long three, no good. Sloan gets her own rebound, shoots, it won't go, and we have a foul on Rachel Hyde, who sold out trying to get that rebound. 2:01 to play in regulation time. Mobridge Pollock with the ball, and Coach Candoin wants a full timeout. St. Thomas More, 46. Mobridge Pollock, 44. You're watching SoDak 16 coverage of the Security First Bank Cavalier Sports Network. Security First Bank, they remind you, they say thank you for giving generously to the Feeding Hearts food drive throughout the month of February. Thank you for being so Christ-like and helping those less fortunate. And we thank our friends at Security First Bank for their kindness and their love for our Black Hills community. 46-44. Mike Fell, Braden Strain, Regan Dewar, the full crew here tonight in front of a full house. 46-44. Lady Cavs now on defense. And here come the Tigers facing a midcourt trap coming out of the timeout. With the ball left side, it's Blake Thompson. Blake to Tegan Knoll. Knoll drives, finds an open Charlie Henderson, who hits a three. And now Mobridge Pollock has retaken the lead at 47-46. Minute 37 to play. Anybody's game. Every moment bigger than the next. Gilton fakes a three, gives it to Sloan. Over to Henry. Henry thought about a three, now gives it to Riley. Underneath to Shear. Shear goes up, misses the shot. Rebound controlled by Mobridge Pollock's Blake Thompson. Tegan Knoll shaking her head. Dribbling, and Sloan Kessler like a shark off the coast of the Atlantic Ocean, looking for a chance to swoop in and get the ball. And there's a turnover on Mobridge Pollock, and the Lady Cavs get the ball back. 47-46. Under a minute to go, 58 seconds and counting. 1 minute will decide it all. 1 minute decides who's going to spearfish for the state tournament. Kessler looks inside. STM trying to score and get the lead. Shear scores, and the Cavs have the lead, and Layton will go to the line. It's 48-47, St. Thomas More. What a basket that was. Chance for Layton to put the Cavs up by 2, and she can't, but she gets the rebound somehow. And St. Thomas More calls a timeout with 38.2 seconds to go. The Lady Cavs are 38 and some change away from punching their ticket to the Northern Hills to play for it all next week. Wow! This has been everything we hoped for and a little bit more. So glad you're with us tonight. 48 47. St. Thomas More up by 1 point. Lady Cavs have the ball. Lady Cavs are great at shooting free throws. The Lady Cavs are the smartest team around. But the margin is so thin. It is so thin. 1 point. 48-47. Lady Cavs get their instructions from Coach K. On the floor, Gilton, Henry, Leighton Shear, Riley Gilton, well, I mentioned her already, Rachel Hyde, and Sloan Kessler, who has won it all before. Here we go. Gilton to Kessler. Kessler, right side, being tightly defended, gets fouled by Tegan Knold. Now that's only the third team foul for Mobridge Pollock, and the Lady Cavaliers did shave about 7 seconds off the clock. And remember, St. Thomas More has the lead. Gilton takes an inbound pass, gives it to Sloan, over to Anna Henry. Henry in trouble, needs to do something fast. And what do we have? Do we have a foul or a timeout? We have a foul. I think Tegan Knold, who committed her third personal there, maybe should have let that play just a little bit further out. 23 seconds to go. And there's a steal by Knold. And Mobridge Pollock calls a timeout. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! An inbound pass is stolen by Tegan Knold to Mobridge Pollock, and now the Lady Tigers, with about 20 seconds to play, have the ball and have a chance to score and go to state. STM now must play the defensive performance of their season, the defensive performance of their lives. Coach Candlewood, just looking at him in the huddle right now, he is just giving every word of wisdom. We say, come Holy Spirit, come Holy Spirit. Let's go, Lady Cavs, let's do this. 48-47, come Holy Spirit, play the defense, Lady Cavs. Lady Cavs are on the floor. Mobridge Pollock to inbound on the far side of the court here at the Faith Community Center in Faith, South Dakota on this March the 6th, 2025. Mobridge Pollock, 16 seconds and counting. Brooke Bain, bounce pass, shot is up and it's good. Mobridge Pollock has the lead. St. Thomas More calls timeout. Mobridge Pollock fans celebrate like they all simultaneously won the lottery. It's 49-48, 9.5 seconds to play. Great play right there in the half court by Coach Heddick's Lady Tigers as Blake Thompson scores to make it 49-48. But there is plenty of time for St. Thomas More to celebrate a championship. The Lady Cavs need 2 points to win. 3 points as good as a two-pointer. St. Thomas More getting the play drawn up that I'm sure they have rehearsed and auditioned and rehearsed 1,000 times. I'm not exaggerating, for exactly this situation. Here we go. Lady Cavs will have to win it on offense with 10.2 seconds on the clock in this ball game. Here we go. There are some players for St. Thomas More. We know Hyde and Sloan have hit game winners in their careers that would love the ball in their hands. Kessler has it in her hands. She's got it between the circles. She's probably going to shoot the last shot. She will. Shot for the win by Kessler is no good. It's an air ball, and Mobridge Pollock wins 49-48. Sloan got her shot from the free throw line. It didn't fall. Final score, Mobridge Powick 49, St. Thomas More 48. The number 5 seeded Mobridge Powick Lady Tigers win in a classic tonight in Faith, 49-48. Good luck to the Tigers in Spearfish next week as the Lady Tigers celebrate. And for St. Thomas More, for Coach Candelin, for these seniors, for Coach Friedel and Coach Alex Candelin, for this Lady Cavalier team, they poured out their heart. They paid the price. They gave it all they had. It just painfully, as we experienced the agony of defeat in this moment, just didn't add up to enough. 49-48, Mobridge Powick raises their record to 18-3. St. Thomas More ends their season with a record of 15-7. And now we're going to turn it over to the public address announcer for the post-game ceremony. This is the Security First Bank Cavalier Sports Network.
Number 2, J.C. Netterville. Number 4, Brooke Bain. Number 5, Jada Thompson. Number 10, Charlie Henderson. Number 11, Faith Pyle. Number 12, Pacey Connell. Number 13, Cheyenne Rath. Number 15, Jersey Frederick. Number 21, Blake Thompson. Number 22, Shayla Rath. Manager, Claire Heil. Manager, Bailey Kraft. Assistant coach, Ryan Kamenitz. And the head coach, Stephen Hedde. Fans, you may enter the floor and celebrate your team.
This one hurts. This one hurts. 49-48. Mobridge Powick prevails. They score in the half court with 10.2 seconds remaining. St. Thomas More, thank you, is able to get the ball in the hands of Sloan Kessler, who essentially began her career as a varsity performer and a state champion. with a game-winning shot to beat Gillette back in December of 2021 in what feels like only yesterday, but as they say in poetry, was a long time ago. And Sloan had her shot, it just didn't go. What a career by Sloan Kessler. What memories. Riley Gilton, Alexa Shear, Gretchen Henry, and multiple sports, including volleyball, have given us. What a great cheer team and a great basketball team we had this year for STM with the Lady Cavaliers. Just could not get that last basket or stop that last possession by Mobridge Pollock, and Mobridge Pollock gets the W. They advance to Spearfish. Mobridge Pollock, a nice community in the north central part of our great state, not too far from where Lawrence Welk was born and raised in Strasburg, North Dakota. And anyway, what a season. Thank you for the memories, Lady Cavs. We think the world of you. We're very proud of you girls. Final score, Mobridge Pollock 49, St. Thomas More 48. For Regan Dewar, for our technical director, Braden Strain, for all of us at the Security First Bank Cavalier Sports Network, thanks for watching. Join us tomorrow night live from Hill City. We will be with you at 5:45 with the Security First Bank pregame show. Then at 6 o'clock we will have the tip-off and the Region 8 rematch, the showdown, Hill City versus St. Thomas More. Join us tomorrow night on the Security First Bank Cavalier Sports Network. For all of us, thanks for watching. Our final score, Mobridge Pollock in the SoDak 16 5 versus 12 seed game, winning 49-48 over St. Thomas More. We love you, Lady Cavs. Thanks for the memories. We're so proud of you. Safe travels, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow night from Hill City with Coach Hollenbeck's Cavs ready to go. Final score, Mobridge Pollock 49, St. Thomas More 48. Good night from Faith, South Dakota.